When I touch down, I'ma burn it all to the ground. Make sure the whole world feel it. That's just how I'm feeling.
Downtown between Brush Street and I-375. That's where we're located in the heart of Detroit at Ford Field, which first opened back in 2002. A few short moments ago, these two teams made their way out of the Ford Field tunnels, and the noise level in this place just about off the charts. They are set for football as the Lions get ready to do battle with the Cincinnati Bengals. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. A fairly short kick from the 14. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. First carry for the Clemson man, Travis Etienne. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. So, Charles, you look at this offense, what a start to the season. 5 wins without a loss. When do you think that you start believing that maybe you're in the midst of something special?
Well, you and I both know every head coach never wants that thought to creep into a locker room. But the truth of the matter is, not quite at this time, because if we look at the Steelers in 2020, they're a great example. Remember, they started 11-0, then lost 5 of 6 and went out in the first round. But I think if you get toward mid-November, the Thanksgiving time frame, and you're still doing this, that's when things start to get real for a ball club.
A gain of 4 last play. They double that here and get 8. Good job there to locate his tight end, Charles, in the middle of the field.
Yeah, he has good pass-catching abilities, and if they're able to continue to find him here in the early going, I think it'll help out his teammates out on the perimeter. You can take the big shots later if he occupies their attention.
On 1st and 10, it's Etienne. And across midfield he goes and into Bengal territory. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Well, this defense for the Bengals, they played extremely well last week in that win over Green Bay.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there, and they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
2nd and 4. They'll fake the give. Now Stafford. He'll drop this one off with Etienne. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. So the completion good for just 3. And that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard. They'll run with Etienne. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
Off of play action, here's Stafford. Incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Second and 10. Now Stafford. Throwing deep for Galladay. And That's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So they will accept the penalty and move forward.
A handoff for Etienne.
And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line.
And that's a pleasing run there by Travis Etienne. And every time I see him carry it, I think of the word mature. Why? 4 full seasons at Clemson, not something you normally get with a running back. Had almost 5,000 yards rushing, the school record, along with 70 rushing touchdowns. That's both the school record and ACC record.
And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. Travis Etienne hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Lions are going to take a first-quarter lead.
Extra point by Sly. It's up and good.
And it's now a 7-0 game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Play action. Now Carr. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
A carry here for the big tight end. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be third and less than a yard. Strong running. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
Plenty of things to talk about here, partner, but to me, their defense gave up a touchdown on the first drive. How about how they're responding, coming back? That's a big third down pickup to keep their drive alive.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. They'll run with McCaffrey. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now they'll throw with Carr.
Trying for Humphreys, but it's intercepted.
Picked up by John Johnson.
And the Lions are going to take possession here at their own 33.
What a start defensively. Your offense goes out, gets the touchdown, and then you get the interception. Just perfect.
How about the discipline that they showed on defense? Because after the offense scored to go up 7-zip, you would think they might be a little extra aggressive trying to get back at them. Instead, they read their keys well. When they took the shot downfield, they were more than prepared for that one.
He's brought down there by Kenny Moore. Play action. Stafford. He's going to look deep for Watkins. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Detroit. Chris Watkins with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Lions strike quickly here for 6 points.
Extra point by Sly is up and good.
And it's now 14-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And we see James. He will not return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
3-2, their record through the first 5 games of the year as they got the victory last week. It's still early, just October, but what have you seen from these guys so far?
Well, what I've seen is a team that's still figuring out all their pieces because they've got some new faces from a year ago. Add in some new draft picks. Sometimes it takes a month or so before you really start to gel as a team and for those players to figure out their roles. But right now, I see them starting to elevate.
Another run, this time McCaffrey. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole. And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Oh, he tried to pitch it, and the ball's loose. A call in luck or skill, whatever the case is, they're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill. Boy, the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you maintain possession, that's all you're looking for.
And now the throw here is incomplete, and with that, we come to the end of the first quarter of play. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Incomplete pass on second down. Now they need a big play here. 3rd and 10. From the shotgun to McCaffrey. And he'll only get this to the 14 as he'll come up well short of the first down. A timeout here as we got a player shaken up, and that's Johnson who's down on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. Seibert's kick is good. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3.
So not exactly the response they were hoping for, but they'll take the 3 to at least get them on the score sheet.
Yeah, now is not the time to panic. All is well. Somewhat calm. Only down 14-0. So continue to play your game, take the points when they're there, and put the emphasis on your defense to go out and get you the football back.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
The veteran Jamie Collins there on the tackle. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. A shotgun snap for Stafford. A throw for Galladay is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Kenny Moore.
And the Bengals are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line.
A very good starting field position for the Bengals here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle. That's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold him to no gain.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45.
3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10.
And he took that in one-handed. What a grab. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30.
Boy, that completion comes with a high degree of difficulty, especially on the catch. Had to look that one in one-handed, able to do so, and ends up picking up a first down as well.
A run on first down, but it's not going to get him much, maybe a yard, and that's all. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. McCaffrey on the counter, and this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10. Now Carr with a give to Murray. And his bid for the first down coming up short as he's tackled at the 25. The field goal unit's going to stay put on the sideline. They're going to go on 4th down here. They'll go for it. It's Carr. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Lions will take over. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
The last run got 9. That leaves them with 2nd and a yard. Here's a give to Etienne. And some room to work. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line.
93 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first down.
They were not fooling around at all, were they? 2nd and short, and they brought out the heavy package. Almost like the super heavy package against that defense, didn't it?
Yeah, I don't think they expected that much beef up front, and it turned into an easy first down conversion. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. They'll try the air now with Stafford. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
Good coverage on the outside, and I think that's where he wanted to check that down to. But once he saw the danger over there, he just threw that one over everyone's head. Smart play.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Now Stafford. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. And his kick is good. And they will stretch the lead now to 17-3.
So a nice kick there as they are able to add on to their lead.
And that's exactly what you're looking to do. Maneuver yourself into range. That way, if your drive stalls out, you're able to get something out of it. And they do so right there.
And we see James. He will not return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach. because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you've got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board, so let's see if it changes a little bit if they're in the same spot again.
Yeah, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. From the 27, Carr. Pass caught left side by Humphries. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Here's McCaffrey. And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Play action. Now it's Carr. Lets this go for Renfro downfield. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Tre'Davious White with a pick. And the Lions are going to take over at their own 13-yard line. And, Charles, it seems like sometimes when you fall down early, there can be a tendency there to try and get it all back in one fell swoop. And that time, that thinking leads to an interception.
And I believe you brought up a really good point there, Brandon, because you try and force plays, right? You try and get all back in one shot, just as you mentioned there. And you know you're going to need some big plays to get back into the game. But ultimately, you really can't force what isn't there.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. To throw is Stafford. Going deep here for Watkins. He's got a man. Complete.
That's all you got.
Touchdown, Detroit. Quiz Watkins. As the first half is winding down. And the Lions will extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Bengals drive about to get going. And they'll take over with just 18 ticks remaining. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And it's a leaping effort, but it's knocked away and incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. Shotgun now for Carr. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Rasul Douglas picks it, and he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. The final shot before the break. Stafford. He's going to look deep for more. And incomplete on the deep ball. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. The Bucs set to get the football first, and they trail here as we get started in the second half.
And this will be returned from deep in the end zone.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball into the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game. Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch, I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. On 2nd and 12, Carr. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. Hassan Reddick. Give him the credit for the sack and a loss of 14 yards. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. And this is going to be incomplete.
But the passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
This is fielded at the 27.
A nice return that time of about 14 yards.
And the Lions will take over. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They'll start on the ground, Etienne. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Now a play fake and it's Stafford. He's got a man on the crossing route. That's Moore. And he takes this all the way inside the Cincy 20. A big play there for Detroit.
They came out with an aggressive mindset to start the 3rd quarter, and I wouldn't be surprised to see them take more of these type of deep shots as this game moves along. They connected there. They expect to connect on more before this one's over.
A shotgun snap and again to Etienne.
They follow up that gigantic gain with the tiniest of pickups, 1 yard. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Another tote for Etienne.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. Now it's Stafford. He rifles complete, caught by Moore. And the Lions are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
A lot of deflated looks on that defense. It seems like they just cannot find a way to get a key stop on third down. Here's another conversion, and now this offense, they're in a position to go up even further as they've got it first and goal.
And they'll run with ETN. He gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4. Second and goal from inside the 5. Once more ETN. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. Now Stafford on third and goal. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. Travis Etienne with touchdown number 2 in the game and now 11 on the year. And the Lions are able to grow their lead.
And now before we get to the extra point, remember all touchdowns do have to be confirmed by the replay official. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right.
Oh, I was just about to say he hadn't missed an extra point all season, but there it is. His first miss, no good. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. The Bengals drive about to get going. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Here's second and a yard.
93.
From the gun, it's Carr. That's complete. Middle of the field to Humphreys. And out across midfield down to the 45.
Well, maybe this offense has learned something from watching their counterparts work. I'm wondering if their coaching staff said, let's do what they've been doing the entire game, because that's worked well. This offense, they have not looked particularly good all game long. But a nice throw there for a good gain and a first down.
And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Second down and right back to McCaffrey.
And a pretty good run as he'll get this down close to a first at the Lions' 22.
48 yards on the ground for him so far.
And the Bengals on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. They'll give it up to McCaffrey. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. Now Carr, gotta have this one. It's complete, swings it out to his running back. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. Felt compelled to go for it there on fourth down, trailing in the fourth quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a fourth down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You still have to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
Into the red zone. It's Carr. He's going to be sacked. Back at the 23-yard line. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. They'll wind up getting just a yard. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. And the Bengals on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This will be a tough 3rd and 18.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far.
It's the Pro Bowl quarterback, Richard Sherman.
And the Lions will take over here at their own 14-yard line.
Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at their own 14-yard line.
Now Etienne to start the drive.
And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line.
It carries like that. That's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. They'll fake it. Now Stafford. To the right side, and he's got more complete. And all the way inside the 35 before he goes out of bounds. A big play there for Detroit.
No let up in this passing game. They've been a well-oiled machine throughout. And I actually saw a few guys on the sidelines at the end of the 3rd quarter doing the old hold up 4 fingers college sign, meaning the 4th quarter is ours. And they certainly weren't kidding.
On 1st and 10, it's Etienne.
Down to the 30 after a gain of 3.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
Speed is the name of the game when it comes to RPOs, and sometimes you can be a little too quick, thus inaccurate, incomplete.
They got to get to the 23 here on 3rd. Throwing is Stafford. Incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And that will just add 3 more to a lead that's already out of hand. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know, in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
The Bengals drive about to get going. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get them down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Another run with McCaffrey on 2nd down.
And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Third down, here's McCaffrey. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
On third down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. And he'll get this up to about the 40. Give the tackle to Hassan Reddick.
Second down at 5.
A handoff, McCaffrey running right. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. The 71 yards rushing for him now as he's done it on 19 carries. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. They will get 4 yards here on the first down run, and that'll make it 2nd and 6.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
Now a play fake. Carr. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked by Tarvarius Moore. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45. CD, this defense, at this rate, they're just having fun out there right now.
And normally with this type of a lead, if you're a starter on defense, you're saying, hey, let the other guys play. But with this going on, no one wants to come out of the game. They all want their shot at picking off a pass.
Throwing here, Stafford. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
Slide for the PAT.
Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. The Bengals drive about to get going. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually look.
And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes.
Is sacked there by Brandon Graham, coming in and bringing him down to the ground. A lot of ground to cover. 2nd and 22.
From the shotgun to McCaffrey. And he'll use his blockers to get this up over the 20 to the 21. Give him 8, maybe 9, but they're still left with a 3rd and long upcoming. One final try now for Carr. Well, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Lions, they remain as hot as anyone, 6-0 now through the first month and a half. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Los Angeles Rams. Meanwhile, for the Bengals, the loss here will move them back to 500 at 3-3. And they'll be on the road next week for a matchup with the Baltimore Ravens. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew